welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we have a new Bleach trailer. And I'm so excited. I can't believe that I still have to wait for new episodes, but I'm excited to get into this trailer. I don't really know what's going to be thrown at me because I haven't read the manga yet because people told me to just see it in the anime. But these trailers tend to be more about the atmosphere of this season or this part as opposed to giving any real substantial details about it. Partly because if you want to know the story, you can read the manga. It's really just going to, I think, set the tone of what this next part is going to be. But I'm so excited. Let's get into the trailer. It's only 2.5 minutes. The conflict, though, that makes me... There's so much stuff happening. Anyway, okay.
Bankai.
Bankai.
Is that gonna be... I'm so excited to get some Ichigo in this next part. I love the way that Shinji is so chill about his. No. Animation though, I love the way that they use colors in the series. Ooh. Ooh, are we gonna get into the Soul King? Finally? I've only had like hints of him kind of like in the background.
Quincy.
I need my boy to have a redemption arc, honestly. Interesting to have double voice there. Ooh, okay. Okay. I think it's one of the few times that I've just gone through the whole trailer without pausing because my brain was just overwhelmed by everything that was happening. I didn't expect to gasp, to be honest, and a lot more kind of dialogue moments in that than I was expecting because we have had trailers where it's just music and images. Ooh, okay. Let's debrief. Love that we had a bit of a roll call with all of the Bankai, and yes, I always hesitate when I say it because the first time that I said it, apparently I said it wrong. Anyway, but like a roll call of all of those. I love getting to see all of the different people throughout of the Soul Reapers and then getting to hear like the way that they were like naming their different Bankai, right? And then getting into some new stuff. And was it the last trailer or yeah, it must have been like the last trailer where it was Shinji and I completely lost my mind, but Shunsui? No. You can't just like, hint at me that we're gonna see some more of his abilities because we've had some hints of that because he was like planning some things throughout the last part and we didn't really get a lot of screen time with him. He was a peripheral character. We didn't get a lot of screen time with Ichigo either, which is why I'm excited to see him in lots of this trailer because he was really just a peripheral who's going through his own kind of journey that we haven't fully explored yet. I'm excited to see our boy getting to actually have some screen time and not just like showing up too late for the fight, which was a moment. Love that we're hinting more on the Soul King because that's definitely a mystery that I want to know some more about. I want to be able to learn more about what the Soul King is and the way that it interlocks with Soul Reapers, but also Quincy's and the complex history of Soul Reapers and Quincies. And we had Ishida talking about having this conviction of being a Quincy and that meaning that his purpose is to get rid of Soul Reapers. And he's got this weird the liminal space right now with the girl who has the tapestries. And I very much want us to get some story with him too. It didn't really seem like he was prevalent in this trailer. He's really been in the background this whole time because he said he didn't want to go to Soul Society with the rest of them. So he was like a peripheral, and then he's been with the Quincies for the last part. And then in this part, I don't know how much we're going to get with him, but I really need a redemption of some kind because I love Ishida. Okay. I love him so much. In the beginning of the series, previous seasons, I don't think he got quite the storylines that he deserved, especially after the Soul Society arc. I felt like he had some really interesting stories and character development in that arc, and then he got pushed to the side for a lot of the other stories, which makes me sad. But I love that he's such a prevalent, important part to this particular storyline, and I just need a moment to understand why he's making the decisions that he is, other than the fact that he's a Quincy and he feels this like deep-rooted need to represent that as the last Quincy. That's the mindset that he's had for such a long time, and he has such a close tie to his grandfather, and obviously a lot of trauma tied up with what happened to his grandfather and the other Quincies, that it makes sense that he would have this very strong conviction towards his belief as a Quincy and like what he believes is fundamental to being a Quincy and wanting to represent that in like the best way possible. But at the same time, I'm like, we've learned a lot of things about Soul Reapers and the complex history there, and Ichigo is like this weird in between of everything. He's a little bit of all the above. So what does that mean for their interactions with each other? And we didn't properly get really an interaction between them before Ishida just headed out. I really want a story that pushes him a little bit more to the forefront, just so I can understand his character and like why he's making the decisions that he is in a more in-depth way. But I also want Ichigo to have some screen time because it was focused a lot more on the other Soul Reapers in the last parts. I'm hyped though. I'm hyped about anything that has Shunsui, honestly. He is such an interesting character, and he is such a complex way of interacting with the world, especially now that he's such an important part of Soul Society, that I really want to dig more into him, because he's always been more of a person on the outskirts, except when he's like really needed, and even then he's not fully committed to getting involved because he's like, it's not really worth it for me to fully get involved, whereas this feels like more of a moment where we're going to truly see what he is capable of and get to dig a little bit more into his character and his abilities. So I'm very excited. I feel like I went on a little bit of a ramble there because I'm excited. I want to know all these things. Alas, I have to wait just like the rest of us, but I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. You can click this playlist to go and see my reactions to the other parts, or you can subscribe to miss next time I post a Bleach reaction for 1000 Year Blood War, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.